What's good, everyone? It's Noah here, and I just got done finishing this doc. Yeah, this thing took like probably like 20 hours ish to complete. Um, yeah, this thing was a pretty arduous task, but it's all good. Everything looks great. Yeah, and so I'll go through it all. So the first thing I did was I made this source tab. I put in all the team names here. I put in all the abbreviations. Yeah, and then I kind of left this open, like win loss column and whatnot. Over here, you have uh, every single Pokemon on a team. Yeah, that's it. And then other things I did later. I'll talk about those later. Yeah, I'll talk about those later. So next thing I did was I pasted I basically just straight up went on the GBA doc because I'm not doing this by myself, but I pasted every single Pokemon. I what I did do though is I deleted illegal Pokemon, so it's kind of like easier to to figure out what's legal and what's not, because if it's legal, then it'll show up. But when you when we get to some later cool stuff, so Um, there's actually like a hidden tab over here. Um, these are kind of required for like more math, and also, it allows us to have a dash if it equals zero, and stuff. So, and it's dashes are more appealing than zeros. Um, so yeah, that didn't actually take that long to do. So I'm gonna hide these again. All right. Um, so next, let's see, what else did I do? So I made a tab for every single team. I'll go over that later. I made another one of the first things I did is I made the roster tab and I made the draft tab. Now what's cool about these is so when you go into one of the Pokemon spaces or just any of them, you go to data and then data validation, and then you put a little thing here. What this means is that, so I don't know, let's say that Carlos drafts Landris. Um, as you can see, there's like a little pop up, whenever you type a Pokemon like that. And what's also cool about this is Pokemon that you've previously typed in show up at the top, so it's you're less likely to like type duplicates and stuff, and generally it's pretty cool. So let's actually, for later's sake, let's give Farfetch, sure. Gabite, sure. Hariyama, sure. All right, and then let's give Porygon Z. There we go. Zatu, sure. Oh, I meant Zatu. My bad. Zatu. Oh yeah, and when you mess something up, or if it's not a Pokemon, it says invalid. So now now you can misspell all you want, and it'll correct it for you. It'll tell you, it'll tell you that you did it wrong. So let's say for some reason that that Landorus goes 16th, since he drafted it there. Now what that does is over here in the Pokemon tab. So let's go to, and also the Pokemon that are on the teams, you can see them all highlighted here. So that's kind of cool. But I think one of the cooler things about it is that right here is the pick number column. And you can see here that it says that it's picked 16th. So that's kind of cool. Oh, by the way, all these have like the stats and the abilities and the types, whatnot. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, kind of neat. Um, yeah. What else? So let's just go here. So next thing I did is I made a tab for every. Actually, sorry. First, I made this schedule with post-it notes. You'll able to see that in the chat. In the Discord, I made this with post-it notes and then I typed it in. What's cool about these now, I didn't only do post-it notes. I made it so that it says source whatever. So if I ever want to reuse this for like later seasons, all I have to do is just go to the source tab and then change the names, and that's it. It'll change everything. So like, let's say that I don't know. Here, let's say I want my name instead of Sporting KC, I want Kansas City. Let's say, yeah. So I want Sporting Kansas City instead of Sporting KC. As you can see, it changed that over here from Sporting KC, from Sporting Kansas City. It also changed this. It changed this over here. And it also changed the entire schedule. So now all those say Sporting Kansas City. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to change it back, though. Because I think KC is, I don't know, it's shorter. All right. So yeah, also, when you don't have any Pokemon drafted, it'll say none drafted, which is kind of cool, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, going back to over here, I just, did schedule. I based this on the schedule, and the cool thing about these, so the Pokemon in their rosters, you can just have this little drop-down menu, and then, select the Pokemon. Of course, there'll be more than 6 Pokemon in a roster, but I did this because of this. So let's say that Landorus gets 3 kills. Let's say, I don't know, Presentaion gets 2, or that's a 1, my bad. Gets 2. Let's say, I don't know, Abomasnow gets 1. So Abomasnow dies, Presentaion dies, and then let's say, yeah, so there's 2 left. And then let's say that PZ gets a kill, Satu gets a kill, and Vanillus gets 2, and then everyone dies. Now, while it's calculating that, it'll show that now this is down to 0, and then this shows a loss. I am sorry for my heater. Anyway, so that'll show a loss there, and at a +2 differential and -2 for the extra drillers. So if you're going back to this tab, now what it'll say is that there's 1 win, and +2 differential. And also, yeah, over here, and then it shows you the stats of all the Pokemon. And another one of the cooler things, I think, is that it shows the ranks like this, and also it shows you like the draft pick that it was in, which is kind of neat. I don't know. This is just a generally cleaner version than last season's. It shows the win and loss on the schedule thing, so you don't have to manually update that anymore. And then it shows a 1 win streak and a 1 loss streak. And how that works is that I'm going to source. How that works is that it checks the. It basically checks like, okay, does this column here, does that say win or does it say loss? If it says win, then it adds towards the streak over here. If it says loss, then obviously it'll say loss or lose. And yeah, I don't know. This was kind of complicated. This took a while to do, but I don't know. It's kind of cool. So yeah, what else can we say? Oh yeah, and that automatically changes this here, and then now these are colored, unlike last season. I finally figured out how to do cool conditional formatting. Can't really see that on the screen, but oh well. Oh yeah, so what makes these kind of cool, or it kind of made these a pain, but the longest process in the entire thing, is that actually there's data hidden in these bars. Basically, this one means if Carlos won, this would be a 1 instead of a 0. If he lost, this would be a 1 instead of a 0. This shows this just subtracts the 2 differentials. So yeah, that's differential. This column, this blank column, is for if this game was a divisional game. It's not. This column is for a conference game, so this counts towards the conference win. This is right here. And yeah, and as you can see, there are data in every single little thing. So kind of a cool way to hide the data. Also another cool thing, it shows you all the stat things and gives you speed tiers. I don't know, it's kind of neat. Anyway, so you do this for every single week. This was also a very long process. This was kind of a pain, to be honest. Yep, and then what you do what you do now is you kind of transpose. You transpose every single game in the entire season onto this one page. And this makes data collection a ton easier, since it's on one. Actually, makes it even possible. And then basically, most data comes from this page. The stat data, I'm not going to open that again. But basically, this direct kill column, what that takes from is that it searches through the entire D section, and then actually no, what it first does is it searches. So let's say for Landers T. So for the Landers T thing, it'll check that does this match this? If so, add these stats to the stat page over here. Yeah, I don't know. That's what it does. There we go. So now what you do is then comes the personal tables. You just filter this thing. You filter the rosters or whatever, and then it tries. And then this code is for it searches through the entirety of the Pokemon, like this tab here, the PKMN tab, and then it tries to match this or the name to the left, and then it pastes their things, and then this is a separate one. This searches. Okay, so what rank is this Pokemon here? That's what that does. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for there. What else? Let's see. Expand the stats. I already went over that. That shows I've already done that. Oh, if you want to Z a Pokemon, Landorus, it'll automatically show up here. It's fine. Let's go to transactions. So, put the team, add a bomb, drop Landorus, I guess. I don't know. And then effective week. So I've decided, so each team will have 3 FA transactions. Not sure on the ruling of the FAs, but I think we've decided that the trades, this is also kind of a mini announcement. So let's say, I don't know, these 2 trade. Bomb and Snow for whatever. That's probably not on the team, but it doesn't matter. Trade deadline, the standing trade deadline is week 9, and then you have to make your trades by week 9, or before week 10 starts, and then they'll be effective week 10. That's the trade deadline, as you can see there. Not really, I'm undecided about FAs right now. We'll see how that goes. You'll get 3 FAs, I think. Yeah, 3 FAs. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. And yeah, got a tab for each one of these. Oh, one more thing. This playoff seeding thing. What's kind of cool about it is that it automatically shows what playoff seeding is through this code here. It's kind of cool. And then another cool thing is I put your name, put your showdown, so you'll easily go to your opponent's tab, and then you'll just paste their showdown into the search bar in showdown, and then it shows the time zone. So that'll help when I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool. That'll help when trying to set up games. And yeah, and you can look at your opponent's speed tiers and crap. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty much it. This is just a very long and arduous task. I'll show you here. I'll show this. I'll get one of each color just to kind of show you that it kind of looks cool. See, just to show you that I did indeed do every single color. So yeah. So I am hype for season 2. I think it's gonna be great. God, I'm so excited. This is gonna be really fun. The doc looks fantastic. All the logos, since this new Thunderous logo, all logos look fantastic. I really like them all. Yeah, I'm just hyped for this season. I think it's gonna be a really fun season, and I'm stoked for it. I've been looking forward to this for a while. So yeah. So see you guys in week 1. I'm pretty excited. All right, see you guys.